say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. All right, thank you. This transmission has been titled 2020, The Eye of the Storm. We would at this time like to get a little bit serious with you. Not the star system so much, but have what would amount perhaps to be a heart-to-heart. For what's coming up is very important in terms of your timing. We have said that your year of 2020 is a pivotal point in what you call your history. You are shifting through a very particular moment, crossing a very particular threshold. And so, at this timing, it is important for certain states of being to be paramount within you, to help you through this time, to help you cross that threshold in a positive and constructive manner. For what comes after will be predicated very strongly on what you do and who you are in 2020. We will reinforce the ideas we are about to share with you at the end of this transmission in your holotope meditation in a very particular way. But for now, we would like each and every one of you to know how important it is for you to truly be yourselves in the coming year. How important it will be for you to make decisions that are in alignment with your best discernment. How important it will be and how important it is for you to remain at the center of the storm. Because if I may use some of your colloquial language, 2020 is going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. And it is of paramount importance that you remain, if you wish to be on a certain train, in the eye of the storm where it's calm, where peace and solitude reigns, where even though you may see the storm raging all around you, swirling around you, thundering and lightning all around you, it is more important than ever before, and more important than it will be for quite a long time during this crossing, during this threshold, during this pivotal year, to be at peace within yourself, to be calm within yourself, to be centered within the eye of the storm. So we would highly encourage each and every one of you to really take stock of who you really are and what kind of decisions you really choose to make and how they are or are not in alignment with what you truly wish your world to be. We will give you a suggestion that may assist. For most of you are at least to some degree familiar with what we have told you about how our world functions, who we are, in simple terms, what we stand for, and what reality we are encouraging you to align with so that you can experience eventually more contact with us and us with you. It is crucial, critical in this coming year to set the stage, to set the foundation for the years to come after with the state of being that represents that which is most harmonious with the vibration we have shared with you that is representative of our reality, if you wish to have a reality to shift to a version of Earth where we can interact openly and freely with each other in beauty, in harmony, in creativity, in love. And to have the ability to look deep within yourselves and not allow the idea of fear-based opinion to supersede your deep-seated knowledge of who you actually prefer to be and what kind of a world you prefer to live in. So we encourage you, at any time in this coming year, when you allow yourself to stay at peace and be calm in the eye of the storm, to think of what it would be like if you were one of us. What kind of decisions would you make if you were coming from our world but living on earth? How would we respond to the things that happen and come up, the circumstances and situations and opportunities that will arise in your year of 2020? And to come from that center of balance and peace and calm and solitude and assurance and confidence and knowingness. And come from there in your actions, in your relations, in your understanding of others that you may encounter on your journey. And to not settle for those things that you think, in your opinion, are the things that would serve when you know in your heart they may not. Create the vision of the world that you would really prefer to live in, a world that contains the ability to interact with us and other beings like us, that contains the ability to expand your senses instead of contracting them, so that you may receive as a more receptive antenna higher frequency information. By remaining in the center, in the eye of the storm, you will be far more capable of being receptive to the images and the information and the messages that we are always constantly sending you. Remember this, remember this, remember this, and take it to heart. We never leave you. It is you that leave us. So choose the vibration, the frequency, the energy, if you wish, to have that kind of a world that represents what you believe we would do if we were you, if you were us, in all the situations that may arise in the upcoming storm. Stay in the center, and no matter how it may seem to swirl around you, no matter how scary it may seem, be discerning of the vibration of those with whom you associate, of those that you would align with, that in no way, shape, or form represent the world that in your heart of hearts you truly prefer to experience. Now, of course, it is always up to you to make the choices that you believe are true for you, and we would never tell you to do otherwise. All we do is encourage you to understand that if you wish to align with a version of Earth that we are aligned with in your future, and have the interactions and the freedom to play among the stars with us, that you choose to remain in the eye of the storm, no matter what rages around you, and that you look deep within your heart of hearts and make choices that are really true to your core and not simply obedient to the fear-based beliefs or opinions that sometimes allow you to think is the path when you know deep within it is not. Be strong, be courageous, and be at peace in the upcoming time and the crossing of the threshold, for everything thereafter will take its cue from the seed you plant that year. We are always magnifying and amplifying the energies through the different vortices of your planet to help balance your world and give you a greater opportunity to slide smoothly across that threshold. We have been talking about times of transition now for quite some time on your planet. And as we already have experienced with you, things are changing rapidly on your world. And as we have said, they will only get crazier in the year to come. So do not make the measure of who you are as a being by what you see swirling around you. Make that measure by who you know you prefer to be, and stay in the center of the eye, where the calmness and the peace in your heart and your mind, your soul, your spirit, will allow you to have the resolve to stand firm in what you know to be true, really true, deep within your soul, deep within your hearts, so that you can let go of those things that are truly not vibrationally compatible with the world you prefer to create. There will always be another path. Just because sometimes your choices may seem limited doesn't mean they actually are. There is always a third alternative. Always. So let yourself be at peace enough to find it, to see it, to walk it, together in harmony and unison and love. We will crystallize this idea again in the meditation at the end of this transmission, but for now, we wanted to have this heart-to-heart with you. And if you simply want to allow yourself to simplify everything we have just said so that you can make your choices, your decisions, and discernment more easily, then once again, I simply remind you. And it can be any name in this position that is representative of the same kind of energy, of the energy of your higher mind. It doesn't have to be specifically us. But if you're confused at any point, if you feel yourself being tugged away from that center at any point, just ask, what would the Essassani people do? And do that. And you will be fine and back in the center. For you know us well enough to know what we would choose. Up to you.